I'm Kevin Gehl, voice of the Crusaders, and this is Sader Stories, the official podcast of Holy Cross Athletics. On this episode, we celebrate 2025 Holy Cross Varsity Club Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Maureen Connolly. Maureen was a four-year standout for the Holy Cross field hockey team from 2014 to 2017. She was a three-time All-Patriot League first-team honoree and finished her career ranked second all-time at Holy Cross in career goals and point. Maureen and her class of 6 Hall of Famers will be formally inducted on Saturday, October 25th at the Varsity Club annual dinner inside the Hogan Campus Center at Holy Cross. Maureen, welcome to Sader Stories and congratulations on reaching the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. How did you first find out about this Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah, I first found out, I remember it vividly. It was a random Tuesday evening. I was in my New York City apartment cooking dinner, and I got a call from a former alum from Holy Cross who's on the board, and he called me and kept the conversation pretty casual at first, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then he dropped the news that I was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, which was shocking but so exciting, and I'm so honored. So it was really just an exciting surprise of a call on a Tuesday night, and I'm very grateful.
And I know you were surprised to hear before we started talking, this is the third straight year that a Crusader field hockey player will be represented in a Hall of Fame class. Lee Von Nguyen was inducted in 2023. Tara Welch was inducted last year. What kind of pride does it build among you and your fellow field hockey players to see your program honored year after year like this in the Hall?
Yes, it's super exciting. I remember being a student, I think it was my junior or senior year, and a former field hockey player also got honored within that time. And I remember it was so exciting as a student, and then being an alum too, seeing now 3 years in a row for the Holy Cross program getting honored like this. It's super special. It's such an amazing program with building such a great legacy. And so I'm just honored to be a part of it, but super exciting to see kind of the momentum continue this year.
And that momentum really was generated in your career during a senior season that still sits in the record books. Let's go back to 2017, 47 points on 19 goals and 9 assists. That broke the Holy Cross single season record for points and also tied the record for goals. What made that season so special for you in particular?
Yeah, that season really was probably one of the most special of my career. I think for me, it was really a true culmination of my 4 years at Holy Cross. I think every year, me personally got better as a player, better as a leader. And so to come into that season, I think I was the most confident I had ever been. We had really developed and established a really strong team culture within those 4 years. And so for me, it was almost this just amazing culmination of a lot of growth, both from the individual side as well as from the team standpoint. So yeah, it was awesome to see that fully translate into the field. But also a lot of it goes back to just the foundation and the bones that we had built from a team standpoint. It was just amazing to see that all kind of come to fruition. But that season was super special. I knew it was my last one, so it was just giving it all I had while having just the time of my life doing it. So yeah, super special, and was so happy to see not only like individual success, but also our team performed very well that year. And it was just an amazing way to close out my collegiate career.
Yeah, it was two great back-to-back years for your team to close out your career. You reached the Patriot League tournament in 2016 and 2017. That was after the program had missed out on the postseason for the better part of a decade. What did it mean for your team, your teammates, to get the Crusaders back in contention for titles?
Yes, it was super exciting. I mean, heading into every season, that was our goal. Obviously, the next goal is to win the Patriot League tournament, but as you mentioned, given there was a big gap in Holy Cross field hockey making it to the Patriot League tournament, that was really the North Star that we had throughout every year. And again, I just mentioned it, just building a really strong foundation over my first couple years. Seeing that come to fruition my junior and senior year was amazing. I think you only have so many Patriot League tournament games within the season. And so there is a lot of pressure. It's, the best teams make it to the tournament. So you really have to show up on those game days when it matters. And it was a lot of pressure, but also, again, was just so much fun and so exciting. And we also had built a lot of confidence in ourselves as a team to really believe that we could go out there and compete with anyone in the Patriot League. And that really showed. Making it to the tournament was always so exciting. It's tough to make. And so being able to do that again, my last couple years was amazing, and it was so excited to be back in contention after definitely a lull over the last 10 or so years, as you mentioned, that the program hadn't been there.
I get the honor to interview all of our Varsity Club Hall of Famers just like you. And I always like to ask this question. I know this is tricky, but when you think back on your field hockey career at Holy Cross, what do you believe made you stand out as not just a great player, but a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of it for me personally, I had a unique journey to get to Holy Cross and to get to field hockey. I started pretty late in life. I started field hockey my freshman year of high school. Um, Honestly, it was a bit random. I felt like I should play a fall sport. I was going to a high school where I didn't know anyone, and so I decided to try out for the field hockey team. I picked up a stick for literally the first time right before tryouts and had to learn the rules really quickly, but very quickly fell in love with it. And so I think because I was a late bloomer, if you will, it was super exciting that I was even able to get to Holy Cross, to go to a school that was honestly my dream school, and to be able to play field hockey there was just like the most amazing situation I could have ever described. And so I think I really kept that with me throughout every single year. I mean, obviously coming into Holy Cross freshman year, I did feel like I had something to prove. I knew that I had a lot of potential that was untapped at the time because I had kind of started with field hockey a little bit later than a lot of players. And so I think I always just had that fire and that fight in me to not only just be good today, but also just push myself to be as good as I can be for tomorrow and for my years ahead. And so I think that was really just innately in me. I always kind of had this desire to get better. I knew I had more potential day in and day out. And I also just loved the sport. And I think it was truly a dream for me to be there. And I honestly never took that for granted. So it was all just very exciting. And I think that really carried me through and potentially like set me apart. Just given my journey, I always kept that in the back of my mind and felt so honored to be there every day, truly.
Let's take a quick break. When we return, we'll talk more with Maureen Connolly about her path to the Holy Cross Varsity Club Athletic Hall of Fame right here on Sader Stories.
Hey, we gotta get it, gotta get up, gotta go, we gotta get it. Hey, they won't forget us, made it happen and we all became legends. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it. We gotta get it. Gotta get it, gotta get it, get it.
Leadership and excellence. In competition, in the classroom, in the community. For decades, Crusader Athletics has focused on our topmost commitment, elevating every student athlete. To reach for more, to grow more, to achieve more. Help us to continue to strengthen minds, build character, and celebrate together as one Crusader nation. Because when we commit together, we win together. Join us, Crusaders together.
Don't miss a moment of Crusader Athletics on the Hill this season. Secure your seats and parking for the best tailgating experience in New England at Holy Cross football games at Fitton Field. You can also buy newly available season tickets for the defending Atlantic Hockey regular season champs from Holy Cross Men's Hockey. For more ticket info, head to goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS. I'm Kevin Gehl, voice of the Crusaders, and this is Sader Stories, the official podcast of Holy Cross Athletics. I'm joined by 2025 Holy Cross Athletic Hall of Fame inductee Maureen Connolly from Crusader Field Hockey, class of 2018. All right, Maureen, you said that you were a late bloomer when it came to field hockey because it took a while to find the sport. You were moving around the world, London, California. Eventually, Fairfield County, Connecticut became home. You're at a new school. How did field hockey help you really bridge the gap and turn Fairfield County into home?
Yes. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I did find field hockey later in life. Sports had always been a part of my life. But given especially that push where I was going to a school where I didn't know anyone, I was honestly motivated by just having friends to sit with at the lunch table. Thought it would be a good idea to play a fall sport where I could get to know people in more of a natural way. And so, yeah, I was so fortunate and lucky to be able to try out for the team. Again, I was going to high school a little bit further away from my hometown. So I think it was a really good way to not only obviously meet people. I think there's such a great broader community within field hockey. It's a sport that not everyone is familiar with, but I'm so happy to see, honestly, as the years have gone on, more exposure to youth leagues and things like that. But it was a great way not only to make friends, but also just fall in love with the sport. I think it really helped me establish myself in high school, feel a little bit more grounded within, obviously Fairfield County and also just this new high school. Everything was very new, but all of a sudden it felt like I had kind of found a home with field hockey being kind of the first start of that. So super, super grateful that for some reason or another, I found the sport and it really helped both personally and obviously athletically kind of just, essentially propel me into my future, which turned into Holy Cross field hockey and all the things. So was super grateful for that.
So after playing three sports competitively growing up, you become a D1 field hockey player. What was it that made the transition so quick for you? And what skill set do you think you brought over naturally into field hockey?
Yes, I would say honestly, it's a little bit of fake it till you make it. I would probably argue that it wasn't natural or it felt unnatural at first. I think anyone regardless of your journey, I think going into Division 1 sports is an adjustment. I mean, not only are you, thrown into a whole new team, a whole new level of competition, but you also have the academic part. You have a whole new school, a whole new scope of people that you're learning, and especially Holy Cross, obviously, extremely challenging academically, and then also again, field hockey is a fall sport, so you're kicking it off with a preseason and getting to know your team and just kind of trying to acclimate. But honestly, the team made that really easy. It was immediately a community at Holy Cross within field hockey and even outside of it that was so special. It felt a lot like my high school. It felt a lot like what I had tried to build there. And so while it did feel very new and uncomfortable, a lot of people made that easier with just my teammates, my peer sets, and classmates who kind of understood what you were going through amidst a lot of change. So that was really exciting. And I'm forgetting the second part of your question. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you nailed it. I actually
Okay.
want to pivot to someone who's been so influential in your career, head coach Lindsay Jackson, who's been
Yes.
leading Holy Cross field hockey for more than a decade now. I can't believe how time has flown, but she actually first arrived in your sophomore season. How special was it to connect with Coach Jackson in the middle of your career, and how did she help you grow as a student athlete?
Yes, she was fundamental to my journey and my field hockey career. As I mentioned and alluded to, there was definitely an evolution of my 4 years at Holy Cross and within the program, and a big part of that culture shift that I had mentioned earlier was because of Lindsay Jackson. She came in my sophomore year, as you said, and just completely refocused our program. I remember she probably doesn't even remember this, but one of her first days on campus, she had individual meetings with all of us, and I was ready for mine and ready to talk tactics and what we needed to do on the field and ways we needed to improve. And I think I started launching into that. And she was like, Maureen, let's take a step back. How do you feel about the culture? How is morale? And for a moment, I was stunned, honestly. I was very field focused. I was very tactic focused. But she took me out of that And she took our whole team out of that and really wanted to build a foundation and build a culture that would then translate to success on the field. And I think about that moment a lot because I was so laser focused on one thing. And I think just the culture shift that she brought, I mean, the time we spent creating vision statements and creating what we want our culture to look like. At first, I was like, this feels crazy. It was so unnatural to me. But I think that's what I personally needed, and it's what our team needed. It completely shifted everything. We were able to get on the same page collectively, and without the bones and without the foundation, it will not translate into success on the field. And that came really quick. Luckily, it was we got our foundation in check, we got our culture in check, and very quickly we started to see it pay dividends on the field. So it was really exciting, and I attribute so much of my success and the team's success in those years to her because she is responsible for pretty much completely altering a culture that was already solid to begin with, but she just enhanced it and really made us appreciate and feel proud of what we were building, which I think resulted in a lot of success on the field, which was amazing.
I love that growth process that you just described because when we connected before this interview, you said something that really stood out to me. I asked you what were some of your favorite accomplishments. You didn't point to wins or records. You just talked about how appreciative you were to even be on the team, starting out as a freshman, to be someone who was impacting the team play. How do you feel like that appreciation, that understanding of your role early on helped you really catapult into the career that you had later on?
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, the journey to get to Holy Cross really instilled that in me. I was truly so grateful to be there. I know it sounds corny, but it was true. Like there was a level of imposter syndrome a little bit, but like once I was there, I every day was just trying to prove myself, and I think that also manifested itself. And as we were thinking about developing culture and all of that, I think being so proud that I was there individually, I think was able to help me say, okay, how do I now go out of myself and pivot this to what I want this program to look like and this culture and this team to look like? And so it was really fun for me to once I got comfortable and once I felt established, like, okay, I can do this. I think it was exciting for me too to pivot to more of that leadership position. And it was exciting to see in myself. I almost felt myself going from a individual contributor who was really shy and focused on just like, how do I play well in these games to saying, okay, how do I not only do that, but go out of myself and be a leader, make everyone feel as comfortable as they made me feel, because that is what defines success as well. It does translate to the field, and I had felt that, and so I wanted to continue that progression as I moved from not only an individual contributor but a leader on the team. So it was a fun evolution for me. I had always remembered kind of the feelings I had going into my freshman year, and tried to just be as helpful as possible and be just that friendly, non-intimidating junior or senior player that just hopefully made everyone feel a bit more comfortable to then what I knew would translate into team success.
Well, you clearly made a great impact on the program, and you got a really special opportunity as a senior, an invite to the D1 senior game in Louisville, Kentucky. How was that all-star experience, not just representing Holy Cross, but also playing against some of the best players in the country?
Yes, that game was so special. The Division One senior game takes place during the Final Four field hockey weekend. So you are at the location where the Final Four is being played and across all of NCAA Division One. For my year, it was in Louisville, and so not only was I there for a senior game where I'm playing against girls from all these amazing Division One programs, which was so cool and special to just meet these players. Some I had played with, but many I hadn't, across just all locations over the country. And then, but also being there for the Final Four matchups was so exciting. You were seeing, I mean, the best four teams in the country play against each other in Louisville, Kentucky. Like it was pretty surreal, and again, an amazing culmination of my journey individually. It was, it's not for the stats, it's not for any wins or losses, but you are really playing against the best of the best within Division One, and everyone just loves the game and was so excited to be there, not only to play in this super competitive, fun game, but also to watch these Final Four teams go at it. And so it was not only a fun trip to Louisville, but also just an amazing culmination of my journey. That was really exciting and just a fun way to cap everything off.
Let's take one last break. When we return, Maureen Connolly will look ahead to her Hall of Fame induction ceremony right here on Sader Stories.
Leadership and excellence in competition, in the classroom, in the community. For decades, Crusader Athletics has focused on our topmost commitment, elevating every student athlete to reach for more, to grow more, to achieve more. Help us to continue to strengthen minds, build character, and celebrate together as one Crusader Nation. Because when we commit together, we win together. Join us, Crusaders together.
Hey, we gotta get it. Gotta get up, gotta go, we gotta get it. Hey, they won't forget us. Made it happen and we all became legends. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it. We gotta get it. Gotta get it, gotta get it, get it.
The third annual Crusader Community Festival presented by Jersey Mike's is back this fall. On Sunday, September 14th, join us for a chance to meet Crusader student athletes, win prizes, and so much more. Stick around after the event for the Holy Cross women's soccer match versus URI at 2 p.m. So much in store Sunday, September 14th. Register now at goholycross.com/CCF. I'm Kevin Gehl, voice of the Crusaders, and this is Sader Stories, the official podcast of Holy Cross Athletics. On this episode, we're celebrating Holy Cross Varsity Club Athletic Hall of Fame inductee Maureen Connolly from Crusader Field Hockey Class of 2018. All right, Maureen, to this day, you're still the single season points leader at Holy Cross, 47 points as a senior in 2017. What do you want people to remember most about your time as a Crusader beyond the stats?
Yes, it's a great question. I would I would say two things. One, how important it is to have a amazing foundation as a team. I think I attribute a lot of individual success to just laying in a great foundation, and I think that was a legacy I was really proud to leave as I graduated. Was hey, we had formulated this amazing culture that I felt like set up future years for success. So I think that would be one thing. And then the second, I think I would say is like never count yourself out. It's okay to be the underdog. I think thinking about my journey, you don't expect to pick up a sport in high school and be able to go Division One, and the fact that I'm talking to you about the Hall of Fame is seriously like insane to me. And so I think while everyone, you want to be on top, you want to be the best, it's sometimes fun and an advantage to be the underdog, not only individually, but to feel like you have something to prove. I felt that too as a team, sometimes heading into the Patriot League tournament and heading into games. Being the underdog can be powerful, and it makes it even sweeter when you come out on top. And so I think just being able to bet on yourself and feel confidence that you belong and that you can do it. You might fail a few times, but you get back up and figure it out. I think that's also what I had hoped to leave, in addition to just being showcasing the importance of a strong team culture that could really pay dividends in all aspects.
And that team culture carries on now. You said before this interview that you think of your former teammates not just as family, or not just as friends, but more like family. And in fact, you said that you were just celebrating together at a wedding this summer.
Yes, one of my former teammates, Casey Constantine, now Casey Murphy, just got married earlier this summer at a beautiful wedding in Ireland. And I was
Wow.
honored to be one of her bridesmaids in that wedding. There was also other Holy Cross field hockey teammates from other years that were there. So it truly, no one gets it quite like your teammates. No one has gone through that experience that you went through for 4 years like them. And it's such a special bond. I knew that, in college, but also seeing, the friendships continue afterwards has been super special. And it's just, we always laugh about, it's not the wins and losses that we still talk about. It's just the memories, and, all the things outside of it too, that you remember. And it's just a very special, unique bond that I'm so happy to still have so many friendships from the team to this day.
So those friendships remain, but how do you stay connected with your former coach, Lindsay Jackson, who's still here working hard with the current field hockey team at Holy Cross?
Yeah, I think it's important to me to do what I can to try to stay connected. I think I often think back to my time and what I kind of wished or had hoped like alumni would do. We have such an amazing alumni network. I'm so grateful for it. It helped me get the job I got right out of college, and it really was formative to my career post Holy Cross. And so I think what I try to do is I try to get back on campus once a year. And also I'm always open via LinkedIn. I've had current Holy Cross field hockey girls reach out to just chat career and any sort of advice on, hey, I'm this major. I want to pivot to this specific career field. How would you do that? How would you position yourself? It's things like we've all been through, but I think also knowing you're talking to someone that was a student athlete and understands kind of how important that is in marketing yourself. I think I also try to bring to current students to just make sure they showcase that. I think it's super valuable in the workplace. And so just being open to conversations with whoever wants to chat, I'm always down for. So I try to stay connected that way too.
That's awesome. That career mentorship is so valuable. And I love the way that so many Holy Cross teams are embracing their tremendous alumni network, of which you're a part of now as an account executive with DoorDash in New York. How do you feel like Holy Cross best prepared you for the career you're enjoying today?
Yeah, I attribute a lot of success that I've had just professionally to my time at Holy Cross. I was a chemistry major at Holy Cross. It to this day might be the hardest thing I've ever
Yeah.
accomplished. It was extremely challenging. And immediately after college, I really did not pursue anything where I'm using chemistry every day. But I think the analytical skills that I built within that major, as well as just the holistic liberal arts education that you get, I think that combination was really perfect for me. It helped market me in job interviews to a lot of functions that might not have necessarily been directly applicable if you read my resume and said, okay, she's a chemistry major, how does this connect? But I think being able to talk through my holistic experience at Holy Cross, both academically and on the field as well, made me a good candidate for a lot of different places and really opened a lot of doors. So I think just the holistic approach that Holy Cross has is really special. And I still think I use that kind of innate analytical background that I received, as well as just being able to figure out my philosophy classes and all the other kind of requirements you take. I think those soft skills really translate, whether you realize it or not, into your real life as well.
And you'll get to use some more of those liberal arts skills when you take the stage at the induction ceremony on October 25th. Still have some time to work on the speech, but what's the message that you want to share with your fellow Hall of Famers, your former coach, your family, who will all be gathered there this October?
Yeah, it's so exciting. I think overall, like just a lot of gratitude. I think I felt so honored to have been able to wear a Holy Cross uniform and have gone through 4 amazing years where and they weren't always easy. We were pushed, we were challenged, and I think being able to go through that has been so formative to my life outside of Holy Cross as well. And so I think just overall gratitude for one. Holy Cross took a chance on me, and I was so grateful to be there. But then also just the people and the community that has helped me throughout my 4 years at Holy Cross, but also post that. I think it's just a tremendous community that I think people realize once they're there, but even once you're outside of it, you realize how closely people are connected, how much pride people have, is really special. And so I'll definitely have to think through that. There's probably a million messages that I would want to get out, and so having to funnel that down while just ultimately expressing how thankful I am for the experience and the people that I was able to play with and be coached by, and just within the broader athletic community, I think have really like set the precedent and set the stage for me, as I've kind of moved forward in life. So just super grateful. I think that's the overarching one. And also still in shock that it's even happening. So I'll have to wordsmith that, but just so grateful and humbled. I can't believe it's happening.
Maureen Connolly, this was great. Thank you so much for joining us. Congrats again on this tremendous honor, and we'll look forward to hearing that speech October 25th at the Hall of Fame induction.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That was my pleasure. And my thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll be back soon with another episode of Sader Stories, celebrating more Holy Cross Hall of Fame inductees. Until then, we ask that you tell your fellow Crusaders about Sader Stories, available anytime on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you love hearing from Crusader Hall of Famers, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. Thanks again for tuning in to Sader Stories. I'm Kevin Gehl. Go Cross Go.